What's up, guys? My name's TB, and today we're here to talk about Sword Art Online Season 3, Episode 2. And right off the bat, Kirito is in a totally different place than he was when we last left him in Episode 1. He was getting attacked by one of the guys from Laughing Coffin. He said he was the last remaining member. He was with Alcina. A guy stabs him, injects him with something. We have no idea what it was. And now he's in this other world. We saw this world in the first episode, but it seems like the first time Kirito came here on purpose. And this time he was either put here or he came here for another reason. He didn't choose to come here. He just ended up here. And if you notice, he's older now. In the first episode, when he was in this world, he was younger. He wasn't older. So it seems like either they updated the game or maybe these are memories from something that already happened. We don't know. Because not only is he older, Yu-Gi-Oh's older too. And first, Kirito's trying to figure this all out in his mind. Is this a virtual world? Is this a game? Is this real life? Because everything feels very real to him. You see a butterfly touch him, that feels real. He sees his reflection. He tastes the water. Everything feels, real to him. So he's not exactly sure what to think. He keeps on walking a little bit, and then he sees the Giga Cedar tree, this giant freaking ass tree that we saw in the first episode, which took like them years and years and years to try to cut down. We didn't know exactly why they were trying to cut down, but they talk about it in this episode. He sees Yu-Gi-Oh there, and Yu-Gi-Oh looks like he doesn't recognize him at all. Like, he doesn't even know who he is, his name, the fact that they used to be friends, none of that. That's very weird, because in the first episode, you would think that if he came back, that he would remember him, but he doesn't. So they try talking for a little bit. Kirito tries seeing if he's an NPC or not. Apparently, the type of reactions and the emotions and that he's expressing makes Kirito believe that he isn't an NPC, which is way different than the impressions that I had in the first episode, especially after what happened at the end with Yu-Gi-Oh! It was very obvious that he was an NPC and not a real person, but he thinks like maybe he's a beta tester, maybe he's a real person who's trapped there as well. He tries using keywords like log out, and none of it registers with Yu-Gi-Oh! He didn't even know what he's talking about. So then Kirito's like, okay, he's a real person. He's not an NPC. Let me try to get to know him a little bit better. They find out stuff like where Kirito maybe could have come from. Yu-Gi-Oh said that there was some kind of like godlike figure. His name was like Vectra, who would play like pranks on the villagers, taking their spirit away or their soul away and just erasing all their memories. Maybe he's that type of person. And Kirito agrees. He's like, yeah, maybe I'm something like that. Maybe that's where I came from. Maybe that's what's going on with me. And then, he starts to talk a little bit more, and they eat, and this is when Yu-Gi-Oh tells the whole entire story about what happened with Alice, and, what his job is, and all this stuff that, most of the stuff that we saw in the first episode about him, we should already know, but Kirito doesn't know, because they don't know each other, and their memories of each other are gone, apparently. They open up this new system. It's kind of like the menu system in Sword Art Online, the first season, except for you have to make, like, this weird S thing to open it up. So he opens it up, and then that's when he's able to see, oh yeah, these are actually stuff that you would see in a video game. Like, you can't do this in real life. I'm glad that he notices that and he realizes that. Then they talk a little bit more about what Yu-Gi-Oh's job is. He tells him, no, hey, my job is to cut down this tree. And then Kirito's like, well, since you helped me and you gave me half your lunch, let me do half your job. He tries to cut down this tree after Yu-Gi-Oh kind of shows him how to do it. And at first, he tries multiple times, but at first, he tries to, like, brute force it. It doesn't work out. He completely misses. And then he's like, oh, yeah, right, this is a virtual world. This is a game. So let me try doing this as an extension of my own body rather than, how I would realistically do it, how his avatar would do it. So he envisions himself doing it, and he even says, like, sword skill, smash, as if, like, he actually had a skill like that to use. So he does it. And it seems like it's more effective. You actually see a little dent on the tree, but he still misses. So they practice there for a couple more hours. They're there for a couple hours. And after that, Yu-Gi-Oh's like, well, if you got nowhere to go, you might as well come with me to my village, because it seems like you don't know anything about yourself. You're really one of these, lost children, these lost childs. So they go and they meet this douche, man. He's 100% douche. The first thing he says is that Yu-Gi-Oh's job is useless, that he's good for nothing, and that Kirito's probably the same way, and that's the reason why he lost all his memories. And then Kirito was like, "Oh, you're a swordsman. I think my job was to be a swordsman. I think that's what my job used to be. That used to be the thing I used to do. Basically, just trying to bait him into something that he knows that he's already good at in real life. I mean, he took kendo classes. Whether or not he has sword skill doesn't really matter. He has skill wielding an actual sword in real life. So at least he'll be able to show him something." He finds out that there actually is sword skills. There is some sort of effects in this game while using, weapons and stuff like that. It takes them both, by surprise. It seems like I don't remember this guy's name. That's how forgettable he is. This dude that they meet at the entrance to the city. He looks like scared, not just surprised, but scared. And even Yu-Gi-Oh's like, "Whoa, you probably used to be a sentinel in one of the big cities or the big capitals or something like that." And then he talks a little bit more about what he would have to do if he wanted to go save Alice, because he's like, "Yeah, I would have to prepare for the trip. I would have to go to the big city, but I can't do that because that would, violate the rules of the taboo index." And that kind of tips Kirito off a little bit, like, what is this index? Why are all these rules that you guys have to follow? Why is everyone just believing this story about who they think I am when they don't know anything about me without questioning it at all? It's like people in this village really follow the rules strictly, or else they end up like Alice did in the first episode. You don't want any integrity knights coming after you and taking you away to do, God knows what to you. So Yu-Gi-Oh takes him to the church after visiting the town a little bit. They visit the town for a little bit, show him around what's good, what's going on. They meet this new character. She looks pretty cool. I like her design. Her name's Selka. She kind of looks similar to Alice, only in the fact that she has blue eyes and blonde hair. Maybe related, maybe not. I don't know. She seems like a nice person. She gives him all enough pillows, blankets, food, stuff like that. They talk for a little bit, then they go to sleep. And this is where Kirito is asking himself the big questions, like how much time has passed since last I was here? If I live out my full life in this game and I come back to reality, how would that affect me? Like, how old would he be in real life if he lived out his whole entire full life in this game? And like, how long will it take for him to prepare to go to the big city? Because right now he's got no weapons, no armor, no money, and it seems like for whatever reason he should be going to the central city. And then you see at the end of the episode a picture of where that is, and then this random girl, white skin, blue hair, she's smiling, have no idea what that's about, who she is or what's going on. But it seems like the story is going at a slow pace right now, and it's going to build up to, obviously, where all three of them are going to meet again. But that's pretty much it for this episode. It's been focusing mostly on Yu-Gi-Oh and Kirito and probably building up their relationship. It seems like only Kirito has, traces amounts of the memories that he used to have with Yu-Gi-Oh. And unless Yu-Gi-Oh's hiding something, it seems like he completely forgot about Kirito for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure why. It seems like he would remember. He said that Alice got taken away when he was 11, and that was 6 years ago. So he's 17. 6 years pass from the first episode to the second episode, and what has gone on in this video game. And I'm really excited to see where the story goes, because right now it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff that I feel like I need to learn about this new game, because that's what happens every single time SAO has a new season. There was Ironclad, the first place, and then there was that elf game, and there was GGO. And now there's this Alicization thing. It's interesting, and I like it. And let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know where you guys think the series is going to go. Are you even watching this show? Let me know. And let me know what you thought about this review. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.